What
Yeah.
up, though? It's your boy, Mr. CEO, in the building with your boy Jay. It's Beach Swines and Parlays with a stats hit. Man, we just win different, man. What up, though?
What's good with you, family? Coming off a big weekend. Let's do it again.
Yeah, man, we got to, man. What you got about this NCAA tournament, man? You said you had something to speak about a little bit.
Oh man, Hubert Davis. While we were getting ready to film the show, North Carolina fired Hubert Davis, and in my opinion, that's kind of weird. And I know I saw everywhere North Carolina fans are out on him, and they don't want him there, and they wanted him fired. Said he was doing a bad job, but just like 3 or 4 years ago, they was in the finals. And they had like a 15-point lead. They were in the championship.
Remember
And I
that?
know
Yeah.
since then, like they didn't make the playoffs that next year. Then I think last year they went out first round. This year they went out first round. But still, like he showed you what he could do when the talent was there. Now, this last game losing to VCU, losing that 19-point lead in the second half,
Yeah.
that's inexcusable.
Yeah.
And to see how bad VCU looked against Illinois, that's
Yeah.
crazy. That's crazy. North Carolina shouldn't have dropped that game. But the one thing they did not give him an excuse for was he has a top 5 draft pick that's out for the season. Caleb Wilson stopped playing.
Yeah.
He literally stopped playing to go to the draft. Now, if he loses that game with Caleb Wilson, I'm on the ship with everybody else. Like, man, get him up out of here.
Mm-hmm.
But a guy got to the finals. Kentucky has not been back to the finals since then. I don't think. Oh, Kansas beat them in that final, so it was Kansas who beat them. So a lot of these bloods have not been there like that. And you just gonna get rid of him? Did he do that bad of a job? I think it was more the embarrassment of this VCU game, and I think that's a
Possibly.
crazy way to go.
I think it's the NIL too, man. Because North Carolina, you can't tell me they gotta have some of the top money as far as NIL. Remember, it just came out that Kentucky had 22 million. I don't even know what's gonna happen to dude that's coaching Kentucky because they said they was one of the highest paid teams. But North Carolina, I think now with the NIL, you're gonna have to do something if you got that backing. I
Well,
think
here's
that's only
well with Kentucky they can't do nothing. I mean, John Calipari just literally walked away like I don't want to be here. Starting, look at how good Arkansas looks. We'll talk about that
yeah,
later.
yeah.
And just walked away from Kentucky. If they fire this guy, Kentucky's not looking like a desirable job right now. You got a $22 million payroll, and you guys barely got out the first round. My man had to hit a half court shot to get him out the first round. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So Kentucky ain't looking like Kentucky. North Carolina, that don't look like a desirable job for me because if I go in there and I got to coach these cats up, everybody's seeing North Carolina like when we were young, like when we were
Yeah,
young bucks, like Jerry Stackhouse, Jordan, Rasheed Wallace, even McCants and them, Vince
worthy,
Carter, all these cats. That's when the last time
Bradenton.
you see somebody like that come through North Carolina, even Hansborough. Like you don't get those recruits no more. So it's not enticing. And then think about it. Hubert Davis was Roy Williams' pick to take
Mm-hmm.
over. And they're like, hey man, fuck the family, bro. We just gotta go get somebody. We gotta treat this shit like what do you call it? Like AAA. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like minor league basketball to try to get this together. And the pressure gonna be on you. If you get brought in, you're gonna get a nice contract, and they probably gonna give you 2 years. If you ain't got shit cooking in 2 years, they're getting you up out of there. I wouldn't want to
Yeah,
take that
I think
job.
that's gonna happen. But I think if you look at the history though, Hubert Davis didn't stack up to Roy Williams and
No,
didn't
no,
stack up
no,
to
no.
Dean. So I think that's what they're doing. I think I think right now pros short leases. You see pros getting 1 year. You know, coaches are getting
Yeah.
fired after 1 year. I think that short leases went down to college, and I think that you look at Duke, you look at Michigan, you look at Michigan State, and you look at some of these teams like Illinois just come out of nowhere, and you just thinking in your head, we North Carolina. They're always gonna think we're North Carolina. You know, so I think any other school he still be there. I just think North Carolina, man. He went that 1 year, but what's the farthest he's went since he went to the championship?
Like first round. I think he made it past the first 4 play-in or
You see
whatever.
what I'm
But
saying? Like that's terrible for North Carolina.
but Ted,
That's
who do you
terrible.
hire?
But you
Who
went a
can you
year.
go get?
You
Who
right about
replaces
that.
him?
You right about that. But maybe they got somebody in mind because the dude from Michigan, the dude came. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't that a big. You know, he came from a smaller school.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
think they're looking. You know, teams now looking at that. They're looking at him, different sport, but they're looking at dude Indiana. You know what I'm saying? In football, they're looking at it. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to get these young players. So maybe they got somebody in mind. I'm hopefully.
They usually have a plan in place. Like you saw Syracuse. They went
Yeah.
and got Jerry McNamara. You know what I'm saying? But they also made him prove himself in the tournament. He took a 16 seed and damn near popped Duke. You saw Syracuse was like, oh hell no, come home. You got to come
Yeah,
home, bro. Come on
yeah,
home, because they saw what he could do. When you get rid of a guy like this and you don't have a backup plan, that's kind of how you end up like Kentucky with what's my man's name, Mark Pope.
yeah.
Like they never expected John Calipari to walk away, but the fan base kept chirping and saying he wasn't doing. He was like,
Mhm,
all right, I'm gonna show y'all. And he
mhm.
walked away. And then look, they had to scramble. $22 million payroll. You're a 7 seed, bro, and you get bounced. Like, bro, they didn't just get bounced. Iowa State was embarrassing them. Like
Yeah.
that shit got out of hand quick.
Great.
You know what I'm
Now,
saying? So
speaking of the next successor for North
mhm.
Carolina, and I just shook the screen, man. That's honestly, when y'all see the screen shake, just think of it as a real, man. That was an effect. So yeah, the coach that North Carolina should get is the next game we're about to speak about. We got Texas versus Purdue. Purdue is 7.5-point favorite over under 148.5. And before I ask you what you think about this Texas coach, I like the Texas coach. He's
Sean
known
Miller.
he's known to be he got a good tourney record over the past couple of years. I feel like it. I was talking
You
to one
know,
of my bros, and he was like, Texas, he's a good tourney coach. And that's why I bet on him even in the first round. I mean, well, maybe North
he
Carolina
all
gonna find
right, coach, man, but he been a lot of places. He ain't got it done. I mean, but let's jump into the game because I don't know if I would go get him. And plus, down there at Texas, why would he leave? There's no pressure on him at
You're
all.
right.
He's probably making about $5 million a year. No real pressure. He got a squad. They came together late. They play defense. They're clutch at the end. I think they got better athletes. The only issue is Purdue's a better shooting team.
Yeah.
But down low, Texas big man, that white dude be down there
Yeah, beast.
housing.
Yeah.
So
Beast.
I like the way it matches up. You got to give me Texas with the points, bro. I can't see Purdue getting them up out of there unless they just go and put on a crazy shooting clinic. And even then, I think Texas can keep it close because they play defense, bro. I'm going with you. Give me Texas with the points on this one all day
Yeah, I'm not gonna
and
lie.
twice on Sunday.
I'm not gonna lie. Purdue is one of my CEO analytic teams. I think Purdue. And speaking of CEO analytic teams, I was just looking at that. I had 9 teams that showed last week, and I'm looking at it now. I think I got 6 teams left in the CEO analytic teams. And for y'all that don't know, the CEO analytic teams were the teams that not only did they were top in KenPom and offensive efficiency and defensive efficiency, they were also top in KenPom as far as strength of schedule faced on both sides. And so we always talk about strength of schedule matters. Your number one team in offensive efficiency, but your strength of schedule is ranked number 100, that don't matter. And so all these teams were high in both regards. It was Michigan, Florida, Tennessee, Duke, Arizona, Purdue, Bama, BYU, and Texas Tech. And we still got Michigan, Tennessee, Duke, Arizona, Purdue, and Bama, who's about to face Michigan, and that'll be another game. All right, we're gonna jump on to this next one. We got Iowa versus Nebraska. Nebraska 1.5-point favorite over under 132.5. What you think about this, man? Why you laughing?
This is the battle of the farmlands, man. This is a wild pick because man, they're mirror images of each other, bro. They play the same style of basketball. They both got shooters that can spread the floor. They play frisky. They don't play the strongest defense. Ah, man. But I think both teams are happy to be playing against each other because
Yeah,
I honestly kind of think these are probably the 2 lightest teams back still remaining in the tournament. And when I say lightest, I mean like softest,
yeah,
weakest.
yeah,
So after this round, whoever wins this, I think is done.
yeah,
On this one, man, because I'm gonna lean toward Nebraska. Both of these teams got last second wins. Like
mm-hmm.
Nebraska got the 2-pointer, Iowa got the 1-pointer or whatever, the 3-pointer, because Florida played a weird defensive scheme, which might be one of the worst schemes I've ever seen in the last 8 seconds of the game with a 2-point lead. I don't know what coach was
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah,
And the way the guard was doing too much with 4 seconds left, didn't even get a shot off, but that's neither here nor there. I think I gotta go with Nebraska. Number 21 been shooting that thing, bro.
yeah,
And if you give
yeah.
him any type of, if he see 2 of them go in, oh shit, watch out. It's gonna be a long night, bro. And he ain't scared to pull from anywhere, and he gonna keep
Anywhere.
firing. And it seemed like the team feed up off of that. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
with Iowa, it looked like they got one guy that can kind of get it going. but not like that. Like he's not as pure as that. He's more of a scorer,
Yeah,
and he got to use his shooters. He got to use everybody just right for them to score. Nebraska seemed like when my man get hot, then everybody start hitting.
yeah.
So I'm gonna take Nebraska on this one, bro. But I think it's a 50-50 game.
Yeah, I looked at the previous games and Nebraska won and Iowa won. They split in the season series, so I couldn't get nothing from that. I know Nebraska analytically, Nebraska covers a 3-point well. That's why I picked them versus what was it,
Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt, because Vanderbilt 50% of Vanderbilt shots come from 3-point line. So I'm like, okay, if I got a team who covers that well and also can shoot threes, give me Nebraska. Still was a close game, toss up. The problem is Iowa don't shoot a lot of threes like that. Like they shoot a lot of 2-pointers. They shoot a lot. They're old school, so that's not gonna really work against Iowa. I'm gonna just let you roll with this one. I'm not gonna have a pick on this one. Like I said, the first one I got Purdue money line. See if I can put it maybe with something else because I do think Purdue they were legit. I think beat Michigan. They're showing it even in the playoff, even in the tournament right now. But yeah, I'm not gonna be against you in Nebraska.
No, I mean, this is a 50-50 game, man.
Yeah,
Anybody betting on this, if you betting this shit straight up, proceed with caution. Because, I mean, they mirror images. Like, nobody has an outstanding athlete on either side of the ball. Iowa plays old school. Nebraska's counting on kind of old school, too. They need my man to get going and start hitting threes. Like, and they're going to play tough defense, too. Nebraska going to try to D you up. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
it's going to be a low scoring game. I don't see neither team pulling away. It's kind of whoever, in my opinion, whoever performs better in the clutch is going to win this game.
All right, let's jump over to the intro. This is an interesting game right here. Interesting
Man.
game so far. Right now, let's go. We go Arkansas versus Arizona. Arizona minus 8.5-point favorite over under 166.5. Real quick before you go,
Go ahead.
I like Arizona a lot. I like Arizona a lot. I think they legit everywhere. I think Arizona and Michigan, I think are the two best so far that I've seen. But this one, Arkansas, dude from Detroit, man.
Yeah.
What you
Darius,
got, man?
bro.
What you got, man?
Man, every now and then you just see a guy come on a special run. Like we saw with Carmelo down there at down when he was at Syracuse. You see it every now and then, bro. Like and not saying I think Darius is gonna be cold in the pros. You've seen it with like Sean Resper. Some of these guys just come in here and just take this thing over. You saw it with Kansas State a couple years ago, and you just like, bro, just get out of their way. I think Arizona wins the game, but not taking Arkansas with 9 points. That's
Mhm.
crazy because I don't think my man gonna let it happen. He liable to have 40 out there.
Yeah,
And in college, if you got one guy that can get you 40, it's hard to blow him out.
it
So
is.
I'm taking Arkansas with the points. Yeah.
Yeah, I
He's having a
can't.
special run, bro.
Yeah, I can't argue against that because that win, even versus Utah State, when I went back to watch that, that wasn't a cover. That was close. I don't even know how they covered. I bet Arizona with the 11. I didn't watch the game. I fell asleep, woke up, and they won. And I'm like, okay, they won by exactly 12 points. I went back. I'm like, there's 3 minutes left. Only up by 4 points. How'd they pull away? But
They was up, and then they let Utah come crashing back. Utah
yeah,
State crashed back and got
yeah,
back in the game, and they got close.
yeah.
That was yeah, man. I trust Arizona. Again, I think Arizona's gonna win this game, but I think they're gonna come away wiping their brow like, woo, we escaped. I think they win by about 4, bro. If
Okay. And right now, looking at the Sharp report, Sharp got some money on Iowa plus 1.5. We got Sharp got some money on Arizona minus 7.5, and then that
mm,
Purdue game we talked about, Sharp got some money on Purdue. So that's where they're leaning at. Just wanted to give y'all some of the Sharp perspective. Also, I'm not gonna lie, you the basketball man. I came in with my analytics, but this round has gotten. I don't have much of this round. I don't because this game we got Illinois versus Houston. Houston a 3.5-point favorite over under 140.5. I ain't gonna lie, man. What I've seen so far, I'm leaning Illinois, but not super strong, man. What you think?
I'm leaning Houston, dog.
Okay.
I know Houston gonna play some defense. It'll be close in the first half, and they should widen it out. Houston got some dogs that can score, man. Illinois can score. I
Yes.
don't know if they can play with the defensive intensity. I'm betting that Houston can shut them down. So even if Houston's off, the game is going to be close. But if they're going back and forth scoring, Houston will get stops. I don't know if Illinois really is if both teams catch fire. I think Houston covers this pretty easily, in my opinion. And plus, don't forget, Houston ran through the tournament just last year. Like, they got some guys back. They made it all the way through the finals. Yeah, man, I got Houston, and plus I love the coach there, man. Calvin Sampson. Yeah, he gonna have them boys ready to go. I think Illinois gets put in the vice grip, and I think Houston wins by about 6 or 7.
So I'm gonna throw you for a loop. Kevin Sampson has a above 500, maybe even 600 record between round 64 to the Sweet 16. After the Sweet 16, he's below 500. I don't know if you know that. That's one. I'm gonna throw you for another loop. Illinois' Ken Palm defense is 23 in the country, and their strength of schedule of offensive space is 24.
Okay, we gonna
So
see.
that's what threw me for a loop because I heard everybody on TV no defense. I heard you say no defense. I'm like, analytically, they actually play defense. So that's what, like, if you like, I'm taking Houston all day. If I looked on there and I'm seeing Illinois ranked number 60, 70, whatever, they're actually number 23 in the country in defensive rating. That surprised me.
I'm gonna say one thing to you. I'm gonna say one thing that you did. Could you hit me with the you got on Coach Sampson? I'm gonna say this. You said he's under 500, right? Past the Sweet 16.
16.
Now, if we go back, man, it looks like he was 3-1. Last year he was 3-1 past the Sweet 16, or yeah, because he
He
made it to
was. I'm
Final
talking
Four and
about
won.
his. They went over his career. Over his career.
Hey, we talking 2025 and now.
Okay.
3-1. I can rock with that. I got Houston.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. Illinois, man,
Take them. They cold. Take them.
Illinois is a black-white team. Man, it is no man. Them dudes out there like Jordan dunking on people.
Yeah.
Like that. I'm not gonna lie. Like this is one of the things where I'm just a fan. I went back and watched them games. I'm seeing these dudes overseas come over here. I'm talking about dunking on people.
Yeah, bro.
Like they Jordan and Shaq and like LeBron or something.
Yeah, bro.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, man.
And he did catch that. He did come down and dunk on my man. That was crazy. After my man tried to dunk on him, he came down there, boom, caught him. I was like,
and Stojakovic's son do not play like Peja Stojakovic at all. I don't know who his wife was and wherever he had his mother has some athletics ability because he do not play nothing like him.
I saw that he came down. I said, "Damn!" Like that's why I knew the game was gonna get out of hand. But
so I'm not gonna lie, man. In this game, I might take the L, but I'm gonna be a fan. I'm gonna be a fan and just go with Illinois because Illinois can score. They play defense analytically that I didn't think they played. You know, I love analytics. I'm the analytics dude, CEO. And Houston, Sampson, last year he went 3-1 over his career, not so good. I'm not gonna tell y'all I'm just super confident, go out and run in and bet this, but I'm gonna lean Illinois on this one, y'all. I'm gonna lean Illinois.
You taking the points or you going straight up?
Points. I'm gonna take the points.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the points. All right, another good one right here. We got St. John's versus Duke. Duke 6.5 point favorite over under 141.5. Now, real quick, I'm not gonna say it was because Duke came back. Don't know his name, but that center that came back that was injured. But he did come back. Duke did look way different than they looked the first round. Might not be because of him, but that's the reason I didn't touch that game because I'm like, I don't know what Duke. I know what Duke looked like. You know, the game where they missing two of their players. But when somebody come in and changes up stuff, like to back away. What you think about this one?
I've seen two Dukes in this tournament, right? I seen first round when they were getting punched in the mouth by a 16 seed, getting bodied, struggling, and damn near did not get out the first round. That I think John Shire would have got fired. I seen round 2. TCU was giving them the business. They just start missing shots. Okay. And that's when shit went left. Me personally, I'm not taking the points. I'm taking St. John straight up.
Okay.
I got Rick Pitino on the other sideline.
Okay.
I got a bunch of dudes. I think St. John's analytics may say something totally different. I watched them against Kansas. Kansas was on that team. St. John's defense is like old school Arkansas Razorback. Like they was out there pressing all court. They gonna play some defense now. Here's the issue with St. John's. When they go cold, oh yeah, man, they will go 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes without scoring. But the problem is you ain't gonna score that much during that time either, so it's gonna keep it close. Rick Pitino has a sleeper squad over there. And the thing that's so crazy, I want you to think about this, man. St. John's had whooped UConn ass twice so bad that we all was over here kind of thinking like, hey, yo, dog, they might not make it to the Sweet 16. And now you seeing UConn, ain't nothing wrong with UConn. St. John's is just that good. So I you know what, for for what it's worth, in my opinion, for what it's worth, it's gonna be like plus 285.
Mhm.
It's impossible for me not to take them straight up, bro, because they compete them. They're gonna be right in that game. The only question is, can they muster up enough offense to win the game? That's it.
Now to back your stats up, St. John's is number 8 in the country in defensive rating. Now their offensive strength of schedule is 57, so I wouldn't necessarily call that 8th. I would say still probably top 20. So I think they do have a good defense. On the other side, though, was why I don't like St. John to win straight up, is Duke got the number 1 defense rating in the country. And so I just don't like a team that can go cold play against a team that has a number 1 defense in the country. Because one of my bros, he was on TCU versus Duke, and I thought about it. He was like, yeah, 12 points. He was like, the Vegas is probably giving them 12 based on what they did in the season and not how they looked the previous game. But I went and watched TCU play Ohio State. That second half, they went cold. And I'm like, it's no way in the world I can bet a team who can go cold the whole second half against the number 1 defense in the country. So I'm not going to be against you on this one, but I think I'm going to have to take Duke money line.
Okay.
I think St. John's can probably cover, but I'm going to have to see to believe it. I'm going to see to believe it. I'm not against you. If they beat them, they beat them. I'm not saying they can't beat them, though. I'm not saying that, but I wouldn't put my money on it.
Also, remember one more thing before we leave.
Okay.
Coaching does matter.
Agreed.
Rick Pitino can coach circles around John Shire, bro.
That's agreed.
And one other thing I want to use for St. John's defense, who has the better win in the tournament? Like the better win. St. John's blew out Northern Iowa, who was supposed to be a 12 seed upset alert. And they just had a photo finish with Kansas, bro. A last second finish with Kansas.
Yeah.
Like they're stacking wins. Like they've been in a close game where Duke hasn't. I guess Siena was, but I don't think them dudes were ever scared they were gonna lose.
Yeah.
Like now, these type of wins build character. So I'm with you. I get where you would pick Duke, and it's a safe. I'm not saying it's a safe pick, but it might even be the smart pick. But from what I see now, St. John's, they got the dogs on defense. I don't think Duke will be able to pull away from them. And if it gets tight at the end, I've seen St. John's come through. Duke looked like a deer in headlights for a part of that Siena game. So
yeah,
I'm sticking with St. John's. I'm pretty confident in this underdog.
And one thing that I do agree about the coaching. And what's his name? Oh yeah, John Shire. It's funny because one of the first things I was talking to one of my bros about, he's like, man, Duke coach, he can't coach. I think I told you that. I was like, man, he said he don't think Duke coach had a good coach. And you were saying you kind of disagree with him a little bit. Mm-hmm. The funny part about it, the first thing he said after the Siena game and the press conference is, I got out coached. Now that's hilarious.
Yeah, he did.
That's hilarious. To already be somebody telling you can't coach and then you get out coached by Siena coach, that was funny. All right, we're gonna jump over.
But remember who the coach was of Siena? Like that it's a former player. Jerry McNamara is a former player that won a national championship, was, you know what I'm saying, Syracuse's best player at the end of his career. Like, to lose to be out coached by a basketball mind. It wasn't like he got out coached by, let's say, Russell Davis down the street or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but go ahead.
I got you. All right, so we got another one that I don't have much on this one. I was looking to find something. We got Alabama versus Michigan. Michigan 9.5-point favorite. The over-under is ridiculous, and it makes sense because Michigan scored 100 a lot, and Alabama does score. Also, Alabama do have a little bit better defense than you would think. Their strength of schedule of offenses faces in the top 5. The over-under is 174.5. This one, Texas Tech got a decent team. I know you said it was missing somebody. Texas Tech actually got a good defense. Like Texas Tech defensive is in the top 25, I think, something like that. For Alabama to beat Texas Tech by 20, that actually, because without that win, even if they had barely beat Texas Tech, I would be on Michigan right now. Yeah. That scares me that Alabama was able to beat Texas Tech by that many points. What you think?
Man, honestly, all I think about with this game, I didn't put it on my parlay. All I see is the over, to be honest with you. But like Alabama's not missing a beat without Aiden Holloway or whatever. Aiden Holloway, bro. I thought like, dog, they wouldn't be scoring at this clip, and they are. And the thing about it is, Michigan is one of these teams that's like, oh, you want to score? Okay, well, we can score too, and they'll do a pickup run with you just like that. Yeah, Michigan got the better team. So I would believe Michigan is going to win. I think 9.5 points is insane with a
I do
team
too.
that can score like this.
I do
So
too.
if I had to pick against the spread, I'm going to pick Alabama. Plus, Nate Oates is from Michigan, bro. He coached at Romulus High School.
Mhm.
This is probably personal to him. So I don't think they can beat Michigan, but I think they're gonna be able to give them all they can handle because they can just score, bro. They come in the building scoring, bro, and then next thing you know, you caught in this fast pace where y'all going up and down, and both teams like to play like that, so that's dangerous. But Michigan wins, but I got Alabama to cover, bro.
Just some news though. Sharps is on the 9.5, and it actually went to 10.5. So yeah, I,
Man.
it's one of them things.
They was on Purdue. Excuse me, they was on Michigan against Purdue in the Big Ten championship,
Of
bro.
course,
Like
yeah, yeah,
I don't see
yeah,
I just don't see them locking them down. And that's the thing. Like, I don't know if Alabama runs out of gas like St. Louis ran out of gas in the second
yeah,
half. I just
yeah.
don't know if that happens. If that happens, then yeah, Michigan covers the spread. But I don't know because it seems like this is how they've been playing for the Alabama's been playing like this for the last 5 or 6 years,
Yeah,
or not 5 or 6 years, probably more like 3 or 4. And the way they got Sears up out of there last year, I think it was Houston, right? Then they put the defense on him and he
no,
couldn't score at
it was
all.
it was Duke.
It was
Remember,
Duke. Put the defense on him and he couldn't score. I don't know if Michigan has anybody that can do that to any of these cats, bro.
they don't have that, but they got team defense. Team defense. Michigan defensive rating is number 2 in the country, and their offensive strength of schedule is number 5. So that's a legit number 2 in the country defense. Even Duke's offensive strength of schedule was 22, no 30. Even Duke's was 30. So if you actually look at that, Michigan defense is actually better than Duke. The problem with Michigan is they just so deep. But I ain't gonna lie. I can lie to you if I said I'm gonna run out there and bet Michigan to cover the spread. I'm
I
not.
can't,
I
bro.
look at that over. I just think they can both hit 100. You
10
see what I'm saying?
points, 10 points over a team in the Sweet 16, another Power 5 team in the Sweet 16 is crazy to me. I don't even if Michigan does it. I mean, I'll tip my hats to them, but this is crazy.
Yeah,
This ain't a first round team, bro,
yeah,
or this ain't Utah State or
yeah.
Akron or somebody like man, nah, I,
I
I don't know.
understand. I
I'm
got
gonna
you.
take Alabama with the points.
I would love what you think about this game. Michigan State versus UConn. UConn -1.5 over under 135.5.
Man,
Michigan State, I'm gonna tell you one thing real quick before you go.
go ahead.
I only saw the game. You was on college this year. After football season, I kind of took the college basketball off. I came after the season. I saw Michigan State play last game against Louisville. They
Yeah.
can actually shoot. Is that true? Because last year they couldn't shoot, so I knew Tennessee was done. They were shooting in that game. So was that one game luck?
Man, they were shooting better than normal, but I'm with you. I think they beat UConn, bro.
Okay.
It's weird. It's so weird. I know I said fade Michigan State, and I really felt that way because they look sorry to me. But now I'm seeing some things that I did not expect, bro. And one of it, everybody always says Izzo gets the best out of his players. He is. Fears is out here playing ball, distributing, getting people in their spots. They playing strong team defense. They down there on the boards, crashing the boards. They playing physical ball. And then now you got Cohen out here. He was hitting threes, like, you know what I'm saying? Like Rasheed Wallace. They ain't going to the lane, catching oops backwards and forth. It looked like a video game out there.
Mhm,
So I'm like, yo. And we're not even talking about some of the cats that Izzo will bring in off the bench is going to get you about 6 or 7 points.
mhm.
I think they match up with UConn very well. Even though I think UConn has a better coach, I think Dan Hurley is the better coach. I think Tom
Okay.
Izzo, I think both of them have subpar teams.
Okay.
So it's almost like, I guess the only way I could explain it is like, I think Tom Izzo could squeeze more out of his lemon than Danny Hurley can right now. Danny Hurley to me is better with better talent. This UConn team is not. Danny Hurley teams don't get beat by 30 in the Big East tournament. You know what I'm saying? They by halftime they usually counting, making shirts for UConn to take the Big East tournament trophy and shit. He's not got a strong team, in my personal opinion. This is the type of team Tom Izzo loves. I think they squeeze it out. If it's close toward the end, they might pull away a little bit. I got Michigan State money line, bro. I'm going with it.
So that was a pretty hot take, man. So I just want you to speak a little bit. You telling me over the short sample size, Darren Hurley the better coach than Izzo? I think you already know what I was about to say. Y'all see it on your face.
How many national championships does Danny Hurley have?
How many do we have?
2.
Okay,
How many does Tom Izzo have?
1.
Yeah, let me just fact check it. I don't want to lie. I'm positive he do.
But the 2 teams that he won with,
It don't matter.
has Izzo ever had a team with that much talent? No. And if it has, it's a long time ago, maybe way back when you had old boy left-hander and them back then. But them 2 teams was ridiculously talented that Danny Hurley had. You're not telling me that Danny Hurley gonna take the teams that Michigan State had over these years and win 2 championships or even 1 championship.
And he went back to back. Danny Hurley went back to back. Tom Izzo has not won a championship since technically 99, 2000.
So Tom Izzo wouldn't win a championship with them UConn teams. Them 2 same UConn teams, Tom Izzo wouldn't win a championship. He would have won the championship also. He would have had 3 right now.
Do you believe that?
Yes.
I don't, because he don't recruit players like that. He don't like these athletic people that are going to the pro. He don't like that. He like to get these 3-star recruits and look at what's my man's name, Jackson Hauser or whatever his name. Or I'm probably combining both the white dudes.
He's doing
get these cats that are going to go hoop over in China and get the most out of them and get 10 points. That's a choice. And he know who he recruiting.
In the Elite 8 and Final 4 these dudes. Look, all I'm saying is you take
no. I'm not even sure. Has he been better than Michigan over the last 10 years? Michigan State if we go back and look it up, you know Michigan has been the better basketball school and has advanced farther than Tom Izzo. We keep giving him all these props over these elite runs he had, but he ain't had a run like that in a minute, bro. Danny Hurley, literally 2023 and 2024 won chips, bro. That's a better coach, man. And I know I'm on a hill alone out here. He's royalty. Tom Izzo is a great coach, bro. But he don't deserve to be up there with the Krzyzewskis, the Danny Hurleys, the Roy Williams. Hell, you might even put Bill Self over him. Because at the end of the day, you got to win these championships, bro. I can't help it that you recruit and do this weird stuff. I can't. Bro, did you see what he said in the press conference?
I know.
He said, hey, I might stay around 2 more years. Because they said, hey, this looks like what Michigan State looks like. And he was just like, thank you, bro. We don't play for the names on our back. We play for the names on our front. Y'all lose for the names on the front of your jersey, bro. And everybody's going, to me, it's a coward move because, I don't want to call him a coward because that's wrong. It's a weak move. And it's a weak move because you don't recruit the top talent in Michigan. Mm-hmm. You like to develop people. Yes. So everybody can be over here like, look at how much he got out of them guys. Mm-hmm. And you're like, if he had, well, why didn't he go get him? Because there's a time out here, anybody that could hoop in Michigan, Ohio, because Ohio State don't get the top recruits. Mm-hmm. You could even go down to Pennsylvania. They're not going to Penn State. He could have had all of them. Mm-hmm. He chose not to. So I think he's scared to get like top tier talent because in his system, when he get, look at how he coaches players. He get to yelling, screaming, dogging them dudes. Why do you think Imani Bates didn't go there? He didn't want to deal with that. These prima donnas don't want to deal with that shit.
You remember when he had the top talent and them dudes leaving after 1 year? What was it?
Zach Randolph?
Didn't Rich leave after 1 year? He only did it for a couple years.
Jason Richardson got the chip with Mateen and them stayed the year after. He left after 2. Then you had Marcus Taylor and Zach Randolph. They did pretty well. We go a little farther. I mean, the last time he had talent was what? Miles Bridges and Jaren Jackson? And them guys wasn't like, I mean, Miles Bridges was cold in college. Jaren Jackson, I didn't even know he was really going to be a pro like how he's becoming a pro. Most of the cats who come out of Michigan State, if you think about it, in this era, this 2000s era, who's probably the best basketball player to come out of Michigan State? Draymond Green. That's all that needs to be said, bro.
True, but all I'm saying is just real quick, we can move on. Is that yes, he do have a choice. He do choose to take lesser talent. But I do remember it was a small stretch of talent, which you mentioned, where a couple years, I remember them players coming, balling, and leaving. And after that, he was like, F it, I want people who are gonna stay. That's his choice, of course. But just in my thing, and I'm an analytic person, I always bring it up. If you got a coach A who coaches a team that's rated at 80, and you got a team who coaches a team rated at 95, if that team that's at 80 over these years consistently going to the 8, Final Four, 8, whatever. I think I give him props on that, man. I definitely give him props. Let's jump over to Tennessee. We can go all day, man. Let's jump on, man. You know we'll go. We got Tennessee versus Ohio State. I'm sorry, versus Iowa State. My bad. I got Ohio State on the brain. Got the Ohio State fan over here. All right, Tennessee versus Iowa State. Iowa State a 4.5-point favorite, over under 138.5. Man, what you got?
I think this is a close game, man. I'm gonna go Iowa State because I like the way Iowa State play defense. I like the way they play team wise, and once they get hot, bro, like what they did to Kentucky in that second half had me tripped out. And once they start, it seemed like once they hit a couple threes, the floodgates open up, bro. Like you almost feel the wave through the television. Like, oh yeah, you see it coming.
Mm-hmm.
I think Iowa State has a chance to make it to the Final Four, but so does because if Tennessee win this game, they'll be playing Michigan next round. They can't beat Michigan, so I think Iowa State's the better team, and I think Iowa State actually has a shot to get to the national championship. I can't picture Tennessee there. So I'm just going Iowa State off of that. I can't really break down the matchup like that because I've watched Tennessee, but I haven't watched them where I could be like, who's the best player in this and that. So I did see Iowa State, and I saw that whole game, and I watched it from beginning to the end, and I seen them start to stomp people out, bro. So I'm just rolling with that. I got Iowa State, bro, and I think they cover.
Yeah, I did see they got jumped on by Kentucky early, and then they came back and thrashed them. Just food for thought. We got Sharps got some money on UConn at 1.5. Sharps got some money on Michigan. Again, we already spoke on that. Moved it to 10.5. And then Sharps are on Iowa State -4.5 too, man. We got some sharp money on there. I don't have much on this one either. We're gonna jump on to your parlay, man. What you got, man?
Man, I'm just trying to keep it safe. Last weekend, man, I turned out a profit, bro. College basketball and UFC, which I'll be back on Thursday with. We came out, we made like almost $700 profit. So everything was going great for me. What I've tried to do was these alternate spreads, and we'll just break it down like this. I already like Texas. I honestly think Texas is going to beat Purdue. But since they already gave me points, I decided to take some more. So I got plus 10.5. Nebraska, Iowa, we both told y'all already it's a 50-50 game. So why not give me plus 4.5? I know the way that dude shoot threes, it's probably gonna come down to 1 or 2 points. So I'll just play it safe. If we win by 1 or 2, it's nothing to sweat. Arkansas, they got a big spread too. Personally, I think they're gonna keep it real close. I just took a couple extra points, got it to 11.5, so I'm feeling safe. Told you, I think St. John's is gonna win the game. Like I think they're going to win. Took plus 12.5 because they already given me 6.5. Played it safe. Michigan State, I expect them to win. Felt like, hey, worst case scenario, Tom Izzo is the greatest coach of all time, according to CEO. So he's not going to lose by more than 2 or 3 points with his team full of hustle and grit. So I figured I'd give him 4.5. I probably should have gave his ass 6.5, but that's how I got it. All together is like plus 502. Put $100 down, you come out with like 5 something. So well, actually, I took these spreads a little earlier in the week. Mine's a little because I put my bet in already. It was a little bit higher, but I see they starting to come back a little bit.
Yeah. Now, I didn't say nothing about the greatest coach of all time. That's a whole other story for another day. But one thing I will say, man, I like that parlay, my dude. I like this parlay, man. I'm betting this boy. I like this boy. Yeah, I like this. Look good, man. We got all underdogs. We got points in every game. We can lose every game and still win. I like this. I like this. This is what I'm gonna put in, bro.
All right, yeah, man. I'm very confident because the only ones that we don't have a lot of points on are 50-50 games, man. Mm-hmm. And to be honest with you, I expect Michigan State to win. I expect Nebraska to win. So that's why I didn't take big spreads with them. Even though I think St. John's will win. I like St. John's to win, and I like Texas to win. I do. You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna get foolish and just bet all underdogs to win. So I'm gonna take the points. You're gonna give me points, give me a couple more, and let's see how I go. So yeah, I'm confident in this one, man. I'm looking forward to these games. They start up on Thursday, man. I'm gonna be over here checking them out while I'm getting ready for UFC. You know how I go.
Yeah, man. And I ain't get a chance to talk about it. I noticed it, man. What's up with the jacket, man?
Oh,
there's a bull boy come in.
We getting ready for WrestleMania, bro.
Just
getting ready for WrestleMania. Honestly, man, I'm washing clothes down here in the basement, so I had to put on something that I didn't want to be in here with a turtleneck that I wore to work. So I'm like,
you just happen to pull out Braun Law
Hey, yeah,
You
you
just
know.
happen to put broil or some jacket out.
Yeah, man. Hopefully he take down Randy Orton at WrestleMania, bro. Continue to hold the belt. That's all we worried about, man.
Man,
We
ain't
getting
nothing wrong.
championships across the board. You know what I mean?
Ain't nothing wrong with stuff out here, man. Make sure y'all follow us and check us out on YouTube. Make sure y'all follow us on Instagram. Make sure y'all follow us on TikTok. Y'all jump in that Facebook group, man. What we do, man? What we want?
We want that smoke. We them
And
get money boys.
guess-
You know what it is. Also, your attitude is your altitude. You losing bets, fix your attitude.
Yes, sir. And we just win different, man. We out this boy, man.
Peace.